have 100 cookies to make for a 21st birthday. I haven't made the bases yet and the fondant isn't made either, so I'm going to take you guys along the journey. I still get a lot of questions on my Instagram asking me why I still use a hand mixer and not a stand mixer to mix up my eggs and my butter. And honestly, I just prefer the hand mixer because it's a lot lighter, it's easier to move around. When you're making cookies, you need a lot of space, a lot of bench space. And yeah, it's just a lot easier. Maybe if I was working with buttercream or cakes, I would switch to a stand mixer. But for now, I'll just keep my little hand mixer. It's winter here in Auckland, so the butter is rock solid. I'm just gonna heat it up for a little bit to soften it. I currently only have the egg inside here and my butter. You can see as I keep on mixing, the butter goes really light. It turns into like a pale yellow color, which is what I'm looking for. It's like the whipped butter that you get from McDonald's. For the pancakes. I can sort of judge just by the touch of the dough, like if it needs more flour or if I've used too much, just by the firmness of the dough. And it's forming these little like nuggets of flour. And so now it's ready to be rolled out. I'm still not adding any flour to the dough because I just want it to come together naturally. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour. Get out my rolling pin. This is about how thick I like my cookies. Hopefully that's showing. I'm transitioning to a voiceover because I'm going to get straight into decorating. First, I'm getting all the cookies out of their container and laying them out on the bench so I can see exactly what I'm working with. Before I start decorating, I organise all of the lettering I'll need for the order. My customer ordering these wanted a nice and simple phrase, which was Sela's 21st birthday. The colours that the customer chose were black and white, and I almost made a mistake and marbled these two together when actually she wanted them to be two solid colours. Thank God I didn't, because I only have a limited supply of black fondant. I spent a few minutes kneading and mixing the colours until they're smooth and consistent. Now it's time for the fun part. I start rolling out the fondant and cutting it to size for each cookie. This part is simple and repetitive, but it still requires a lot of attention to detail. I want every fondant piece to be centered properly and sit neatly on the cookie. As I work through the order, I'm constantly checking the positioning and making small adjustments where needed. Even a few millimeters can make a big difference to the finished look. One of the things I enjoy most about this stage is seeing the designs come together. The fondant pieces already have all the details stamped into them, but once they're attached to the cookie, they really start to look complete. I'm now moving on to the white fondant toppers. As I work through the batch, I'm constantly comparing the cookies to each other to make sure they're all consistent. The goal is for every cookie in the set to look like it belongs together. I'm down to my last few cookies, and that's the decorating finished for this 21st birthday cookie order. Now that all the fondant toppers have been attached, I can finally see the full set come together. This is always one of my favourite moments because after spending time working on each cookie individually, I get to see the finished collection as a whole. Before I start packaging, I like to take a few minutes to look over every cookie. It's my last chance to make sure everything is lined up properly and that the set looks consistent from start to finish. I always think it's amazing how much work goes into an order before it reaches the customer. From preparing the fondant, creating the designs, baking the cookies, and finally assembling everything. There are so many steps involved behind the scenes, but what I love most about custom cookies is that every order is unique, no two sets are exactly the same, and each one is created for a special occasion. Knowing these cookies are going to be part of someone's 21st birthday celebration makes all of the effort worthwhile. Looking at the finished set now, I really love how the black and white colour scheme turned out. It's simple, elegant, and perfect for a milestone birthday. One of the most rewarding parts of running a cookie business is seeing an idea go from a customer's inquiry to a finished product sitting right in front of me. It starts as a concept, then becomes a design, and eventually turns into a full order. Thanks for spending the time with me while I complete this order. If you enjoy seeing behind the scene content from my cookie business, make sure you're following along because there are plenty more custom orders coming up. For now, this 21st birthday set is complete and ready for its new home. I'll see you in my next one.